You know when someone shows up in the village and you instantly think, nope, that one's trouble? Yeah. That's exactly the feeling I got the moment I heard about Kev. We haven't even seen him yet, and already it's got us lot whispering. Who is he? What's he really here for? And whose life is about to get ripped apart? We're told Kev's connected to someone already in the village, but Emmerdale's keeping that tight. So we're left doing what we do best, digging for clues, connecting the dots, and preparing for a storyline that could mess up more than one family. Here's what matters. This isn't just a guest spot. Kev's arrival is going to cause actual shockwaves. Think secrets, reckonings, maybe even revenge. And if some of the fan theories are right, this could get personal fast. Let's break down 6 major spoiler beats around Kev, what we think he's here to do, and who's going to be left picking up the pieces. 1. Robert's past won't stay buried. Let's start with the most obvious theory. Kev and Robert Sugden. Now, Robert's not even in the village right now, but that doesn't mean his story's over. We know he's still struggling with what he went through inside. And the suggestion that Kev might be someone from that time? It fits. What if Kev's not just any old prison mate, but someone who knows what Robert did to survive? Someone who saw him at his lowest? Or worse, someone Robert hurt. That alone could be enough to shake up the Sugden family, especially if Vic's still keeping in touch or if Aaron hears about it. Robert's name still carries weight in this village. And if Kev starts spreading stories? Well, you know how fast things travel in Emmerdale. I'll be honest, part of me wants it to be that. Not for drama's sake, but because Robert's story never felt finished. And if Kev's the thread that unravels it all, that's something worth watching. 2. The John Sugden theory, and why it makes sense. But here's where things get darker. What if Kev's not about Robert at all? What if he's here for John? Now, this theory's growing legs fast. John's been walking around like he's above it all, like none of the damage he's caused matters. But we know better. We know about Owen, about the lies, and about the trail of pain he left behind. And fans are starting to ask, when does he pay for that? Kev turning up with info about John's past, or even a personal vendetta, could finally bring all that to the surface. Maybe he's connected to Owen's family. Maybe he was there when John did something he shouldn't have. Whatever it is, it'd be a reckoning. Because John's been hiding behind a calm face, trying to start fresh, and Kev could be the one to tear that mask off. You can feel it brewing, can't you? The sort of storyline where people start picking sides. Loyalty to the Sugden name versus justice for those John's hurt. 3. Could Dylan be the key? Let's shift gears for a minute, because this theory is a bit left field, but still possible. Dylan's back next week. We know he's connected to April. We know he's trying to stay clean. But he's also making questionable choices straight away. Breaking into barns, running from drug dealers. Not exactly the behavior of someone who's turned over a new leaf. So when showrunner Laura Shaw hinted Dylan's bringing his past back to the village, that raised eyebrows. Especially when she mentioned a couple of new castings tied to his story. Kev might be one of those. Maybe he's part of the old crew Dylan used to run with. Or worse, maybe he's the one who got Dylan into trouble in the first place. Think about it. If Kev's connected to county lines, or the people still trying to drag Dylan back into that world, then his arrival puts not just Dylan in danger, but April too. And Marlon. And Rona. That's how one character's arrival becomes a ripple effect across the whole village. Quick pause before we get into the next few twists. If you're enjoying the breakdown so far, hit that like button, drop a comment below with your theories on who Kev is, and if you haven't yet, do subscribe. We break down these stories every week, and trust me, things are only going to get messier from here. Right, back to it. 4. When secrets collide, the Kev and Victoria risk. Let's go back to Victoria for a moment. Because if Kev's tied to Robert, then she's right in the crossfire. She spent years trying to protect Robert's memory, raise Harry in peace, and hold the family together. But if someone turns up digging into Robert's past, or threatening to expose something she's kept buried, how long until the truth eats her alive? We've seen it before. Vic doesn't do well with pressure. She gets defensive. She hides things. And if Kev knows something about her brother that could make her look bad too, it's game on. This could also bring Aaron back into the fold. Imagine if he hears someone stirring up trouble connected to Robert. You think Aaron would stay quiet? Not a chance. We could be looking at a full-blown family reunion, with all the pain, tension, and unfinished business that brings. 5. Kev the manipulator. Here's a different angle. What if Kev isn't angry, or emotional, or looking for revenge? What if he's calculated? There's something about the way they're teasing this character that gives me the chills. He's not being described as chaotic, but as someone who'll cause shockwaves. That sounds like someone who's planning something. Someone clever. Maybe even someone dangerous. It's not just about who he's connected to, it's what he wants from them. Money? Power? Revenge? Or is he planting seeds and watching people fall apart? He could easily play people against each other, feed John's enemies just enough to start digging, tell Dylan he's got no choice but to run again, threaten Victoria with things she doesn't want Harry to ever hear. And all the while, he smiles and acts like he's just passing through. Characters like that, the ones who stay calm while setting fires, they're the ones who do the most damage.